I wanted to do a little series talking about 90s and 2000s slasher films because those are some of my favorites. My favorite movie is Scream, which came out 2 years before Urban Legend. So Urban Legend came out in 1998 and I got to see it in the theater. I wasn't old enough to see it because it was rated R, but my parents really didn't care what I watched. They just weren't going to take me and my friends to the movies to see it. So like 90s kids did, we snuck in and I totally loved this movie. I thought it was really creative and unique at the time, and I still do. So this movie I think still holds up today. Students start getting murdered in ways that copy classic urban legend stories, such as the killer in the back seat and the aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light story. And a lot of the stories in this movie, growing up, you would hear like, oh, I know someone who knows someone that this happened to and all that. And so, they're pretty familiar stories to a lot of us. And it turns out to all be connected to a secret of someone's past, and now someone is out for revenge from that. So pretty classic plot line here, except that the kills happen in these ways of the urban legends, which I think is what makes it really unique and fun. And another fun fact about this movie is the gas station attendant in the beginning, where you kind of think he's trying to do some harm to the girl in the opening scene. He's just having a really hard time letting her know that there was someone in the back seat. Well, that was played by Brad Dourif, who is the voice of Chucky in the Child's Play series, and I think that's really cool. And then the kids all have a class with Professor Wexler, who is actually played by Robert Englund, who is Freddy Krueger. And I love that too. I think it's so cool that they're both in this movie. The kills are fun. They go off the classic urban legend stories. And the killer reveal, I was honestly shocked by the reveal when I first saw it, because the movie does the red herring thing where you think it's, Paul the journalist, or you think it's the professor, or you think it's so-and-so. So they kind of throw you off as to who the killer is. And then you are really surprised at the end. At least I was. I think Rebecca Gayheart, who played Brenda, did a really, really good job playing a psychopath. She played crazy really well in this movie, and it was great, and I loved it, and I loved her as the killer. And so her motive was that one of the girls, Natalie, in the group, was involved in a car accident doing an urban legend that ended up killing Brenda's boyfriend, and so now she's out for revenge. And so it's, it's your typical revenge storyline, but it's really fun. And the best part is there's a twist at the end. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Brenda's alive. She's at a different college on another campus, totally alive, hanging out with a new group of people. So it's not very often that movies keep the killer alive at the end. And so I really like that. I think this movie is so much fun. You should definitely check it out if you haven't. Let me know which one I should talk about next.